Good morning, ladies. My name is Chad, and welcome to the What If Deku Was a Scientist. Yes, yes, I am bringing Zumi into this What If. And I made a little poll of who would he work with. And most of the votes, here, let's go over to the votes, shall we? This votes things. So far, Rinko is 60%. Mayo is at 30. Momo is at 5. So does that girl. So yeah, so better put more votes in because I might do a reboot, and if we get like 60 on Momo and followed by like something, I would do a reboot and choose one of them too. So yeah. So let's begin with Deku and Zumi was born. And this should be called What If Deku Gave Up Being a Hero. Oh, because when they were age of 4, or actually not, yeah, so yeah, when they were age of 4, the Zuko and Zumi went to the court doctor, and the court doctor looked at Zumi, tells her that she does have a quirk, and she basically can become a hero. And then when he turns to look at Zuko, and he tells him, sorry kid, you're quirkless, so you can't become a hero and all that stuff. Yeah, so then Zumi, or actually Inko in this What If, has the power to take away memories. Yeah. So, and changing memories around too. So, Zuko was no longer, or was called Zuko. He was called Mad Scientist. Yeah. So now, plus Zumi would be the only one that her memories got changed to. She's the only child. So, yeah, that does have a quirk, and yeah. So then, of course, they abandoned him. But they didn't realize that the part of the town that they abandoned him in, a couple blocks down, is a abandoned laboratory. Like, completely abandoned. I'm saying, like, there's Yeah. So Zuko was, or scientist. That's what I'll call him because he, you know. So the Zuko was basically was instead of going to like UA and becoming a pro hero, he became a scientist and he saw some blueprints of a highly powerful, it says Nomu, that's dangerous. As he says to himself, well, this might be worth it. As he has all the technology thing, and plus it was so, like, abandoned, or, like, not even everyone knew it existed. Not even, like, a Quark doctor knows that Zuko found it. Nobody. So, yeah. So these scientists created two artificial intelligent creatures that have the obedience chip inside of them, or a program. This one is the fire and ice lizard. Yeah. And this one is the destroyer. Yeah. And they both share his genetics. Basically, his genetic code. How he thinks, yeah. But there's a dangerous one that I forgot to draw before I started this what if. As he goes, creates more of those creatures. As he does so, he creates thousands of these and millions of these. Even he even created thousands of those green sludge. Yeah. He even created like purple monstrous slugs. Yeah. That obeys him. Yeah. They don't need to, like, follow his commands. Or actually, they don't see him as like food or dinner plate thing. They see them or as his kid, so they respect him as a true leader, a true, like, kind of like the scientist that created Lorgenum from Max Steel. So yeah. Yeah. So the monsters were, as as time progressed, as he walks around, by himself, thinking of what should he create next. Maybe solve a world hunger, figure out how to defeat all the opponents. Yeah. He was also training the monsters to not... Yeah, like, literally, he trained the monsters to do, like, their own fighting styles. To basically of their bodies. Yeah. Let me remind you. He was at age of 4 when he got abandoned. Or his memories got taken away. Now he's a father to these creatures. Eaters. Yeah. And he taught him and he's a fighter. He can train his body, or train them to become more, yeah, could handle any situation. But he's missing one thing from his life as he thinks about it. A quirk. So then he does this experiment. And as he figures out, as he creates his own quirk that allows him to basically it is not, or he created stable and the failsafe for it, so that if someone tries to take it and tries to use it, their entire body shuts down, like quirks and everything. It doesn't matter if you're immortal or not. If you take that quirk, you're instantly dead. And yeah. So then so now we go to Zumi. Zumi it's basically like in canon but instead of Zuko, it's Zumi. Like she already has a quirk of fire manipulation, but she also got One for All. Because All Might chose her, then... Yeah. So then she goes to UA, or at 15, she goes to UA, and he does that, like, stuff of... So I'm skipping over it. As all the way to the All Might versus All for One fight. So Zuko was basically... All for One tells Zook, or All Might, that a young man and in somewhere There already had a quirk before. As a monster was watching, because he got sent out by, as that monster had invisibility, so yeah. As he sees a All Might will be dead. As Zuko, but after he heard that, he set his stuff down and then he ran out the door. He knows that as he runs, he his power of infinity and zero, his infinity kicked in and he became so fast. As All for One says in slow motion, time for you to die, as a beam of light that as All Might knows that the beam of light could one shot anyone or anything. So as All Might, he knows that because he saw his master got killed by that same move. But his body was so weak, he couldn't, just punch it. As Zuko, as he comes up, as he absorbs, or he puts his arms out or he would be more defense, as he took the 100% of the blast. Yes. as he tilts his head back, so he basically, he looks like charcoal. As All for One are surprised that someone stepped in to save your life, All Might. As he walks around, or All for One walks around Zuko, was gonna do that same move again, but close range. But then Zuko, who grabs All for One's wrist, broke it. As his eyes start to become more as he says, we'll take you out. Or, I'm not talking about, or actually, Zuko sends him 20 feet. Yeah, the Zuko was basically, then he says that. Sorry, I'm trying to think. So Zuko says, we'll take you out. All for One. I'm not. Of course, All Might, or All for One says, well, All Might's down. So why do you say we? It's between you and I. Huh. Oh, I wasn't talking about All Might. I have a little friend of mine that I... Come on out, big monster, or destroyer. As a destroyer comes out of nowhere, as he says that the... Ready to do this? And he also says, come on out, fire and ice lizard. As a lizard comes out too, as everyone's surprised, as he says that you're outmatched and outgunned. As ready, as as Zuko comes in, he headbutts them, and yeah, the fire and ice and destroyer helps him as they both beat on All for One, literally tearing All for One to pieces. And this is Zuko was basically punching All for One as he says, huh, you like to take quirks, don't you? As he had one that was... Because Zuko, in this alternate timeline, he actually hid his quirk. Not even All for Ones and could, grab it. But he grabbed the one that Zuko created. And when he did, All for One's entire body... You know that one scene where... in Avengers Infinity War, where... Here, let me show you. Welcome back. Sorry about that. I didn't realize that my data was full. So, yeah, the Zuko was... Or basically, not Zuko. All for One does that little animation. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You don't need to see that. So, yeah, Zuko basically says, haha, guess I win. As Zuko was turned around, he helps All Might up. As he tells All Might that does he need to do anything to in this little situation of debris. Huh. And there's a lot of trapped people. No need. Destroyer? On it, father. As he goes, literally, because I'm also giving his monster powers to lift the debris off. So with his telepathic, so he picks up all the debris and sets them away, in the pile somewhere. And yeah, as he clears and he helps to clean up the wreck that they did. As he says, I'm the scientist, so that's my name. As, yeah, Zuko is basically as All Might looks at him, says, "Wait, so your name is Scientist, right?" "Yep, one and only. Some people have that as the title of their work, but me, I have it as my own name." As one of the monsters says, or he's one of the monsters says, "Yeah, he's telling the truth. That's his actual name." So yeah, as All Might tells him that how about you need to go, or how about you need to come to UA, as he's to become a pro hero. Huh. I had no interest of being a pro hero, because being a pro hero probably is a waste of my time. So, not trying to be rude or cause suspicion, and being a pro hero isn't my thing. As, yeah, so I'm not very useful in like pro hero stuff. So yeah, so Zuko was basically let's say, yeah, Bakugo, or let's say, or yeah, so when she saw Scientist, she had that, like, love interest in him. Of course, when she was only 3 years old, let's say she was the same time as Zuko, but loves, she still is in love with Zuko, but they don't, or she doesn't tell Zuko that that she's in love with him until, like, yeah, so Zuko basically, they as, yeah, over at the villain's other place, the hospital thing, or secret laboratory, Quark Doctor sees him as he's very interested in Scientist. But he's more interested that he knows that Zuko accidentally removed his quirk to somewhere on part of his body. So he basically tells him that, or he tells himself that we need to find him because he's unique, different from. As Kirigiri says, what should we do? Well, I know that Zuko has a quirk. actual quirk, not the one that he made. The one that you saw that evaporated all for one, that's the one that wasn't his actual quirk. He does have a actual quirk. It was the same thing as his sister, or as Zuko, or his little sister. Yeah. So then the scientist scientist Zuko, before he left, he tells All Might that the reason why I came is because I don't want to see you dead. And come and visit, eh? And Zuko, the monster or destroyer isn't like, I'm making him humongous, like very big. So yeah. And he's like a dragon kind. As he comes in, he says there's, as Zuko noticed, or he did notice, but he didn't want to say it, that the All Might needs to be in his prime. So he decides to experiment to see if his, as Zuko uses or let's say he created a weird concoction. So then, yeah, a serum that could buff out the, that wound that All Might has on his side of his stomach, spoilers, or not really, that he showed in episode 1, or no, season 1. Yeah. So, yeah. So then time progressed, as after he created a serum, as he then Zuko says, alright, that's all finished, now what should I do? As a doctor walks in, as he knows that Zuko's there, so he tells him that you'll bleed dead. No, I'm joking. So yeah, as he says, maybe create a machine that could solve world hunger. No. And as he's not surprised, because he knows that the court doctor was there, as he says, you're the court doctor that Zuko went to, and you told him he was quirkless, aren't you? Yes, but what if I told you that I was lying to him? Lying? about him not having the quirk and couldn't become a hero and all that stuff. I seen that feed of you told him that. But why are you here, anyways? Well, let me tell you. I really wanted to tell you the truth in person. So I know that someone took away, or actually he says the Zuko Yohor, or he doesn't say Zuko, he says scientist. I know that you are the only one that created more of these creatures, but you are the smartest one. And for that Zuko, let me give you back your memories. Huh. Well, about that weakling, that Zuko that you said, what quirk did he have? Before, or you said he had a quirk, but what was it? Oh, he had a fire manipulation, just like his sister. I don't think I don't think that girl at UA has a brother. As he knows that as the court doctor says, oh yes, she does. Her mother took away her memories of him. So, and she also took away the memories of her own son. So that, okay. I'm listening. Go on. As Zuko basically, as the court doctor explains that so then after, so now I'm doing, like, of course, after the dodgeball and now the heroes versus villain, or no, overhaul thing. And let's say the monster overhaul was gonna, like, crush Zumi and Ares by his hand, just to clarify. As Zuko runs in, or actually the monster comes in too, and pushes the overhaul back. As he picks up Ares and Zumi to bring them to safety. As he says that you don't need to do anything. As Zumi had scraped knees and bruised up arms, like someone just punched her. As her brother that she doesn't remember gave her a, like, potion thing, as She drank it, and he turns around. He knows that the Aries was experimented on. He didn't want to do that to poor Aries, so he asks her so that to be like, I'll be nicer to you, okay? And I'll teach you how to control your quirk. And yeah, so then the Zuko, as Overhaul is, she's mine, as Overhaul says that, as he knocks out the monster, as he turns around exact same time before, as he is now mad, as he says, it says a lot when I get mad, as the flames all the way around the entire destroyed area, as he picks up cars with the flames, as he uses like that sound of as his chest starts to beat fiery red, as he breathes out fire on him that was 20 times hotter than Nindevor's flames at the max limit. That tells you, as he's literally burning the nose hairs off of the Overhaul. Yeah, or actually Overhaul. And Zuko already had one just for this occasion. As he runs up, as he stabs the right arm, when he's still breathing fire onto his, right in front of his face. As it became 4, and then, yeah. Zuko wasn't like, as he like coughs out. As, yeah. He knows that he tells Overhaul that no more experiments for you. As Overhaul says, why, hey, would you say that? Because trying to like create those quirks, or create that quirk erasing bullets, isn't really the thing. I should know. Oh, that yeah, so he ends up that finishing move, like that punch, Overhaul into, yeah, not into a coma, but knocked his butt out. As he breathes fire again. But not just like, as he tilts his head, as Zuko says, come on, let's go home. As he tells Aries that if you want to come with, I'm not forcing you, but if you want to come with me, yeah, I'll make sure that it's your choice. Yes. Okay. As he's very reasonable guy. Zuko tells, or Ares could tell that he gave her a choice of if she wants to go with him and figure out, like, her quirk, or and trained her to how to use her quirk, or have to go with the UA students, and as she tells him that she'll stay with UA. Okay. Yeah. I'm a reasonable guy, so let's go, Who Destroyer. Okay. As the Destroyer picks him up, puts him on, as he goes full, yeah. So then he was like, yeah, he doesn't need the quirk or racing bullet anyways. As the files of missing kids led all the way to that man that he talked to a couple days ago. Yeah. As he, or after the, or yeah, a couple weeks ago. After the overhaul, or after All for One's fight. You're a very interesting person, aren't you? But no matter. You created those, or you are using alive or dead human bodies to create and putting new quirks inside of that new bodies. Huh. As one of them, or as that monster asks, well, what should we do? As he says, well, we can do is, there's one thing. Let me explain why he needs to, how will I put this? He needs to go away for a while. As he not in the group, or not the jail either. As the Destroyer and the Iron Ice Lizard smiles at that, because they didn't really like him that much. Not Zuko, but the guy that's the doctor. Because as he explains that he lied to a child in front of her, or in front of his parents. So let's go. Let's take him out. Okay? As they agree, as they he knew where the as he also hacked into the, or actually Zuko hacked into his computer so that the could see what his files are. So yeah, Zuko went to there, and they, as he says, "Huh, they're unexpected. You know what you're here for." And please wait for part 2.